Whoever needs to hear this needs to know that the difficulties you have faced in your life have been systematic, planned attacks to disrupt you from reaching your purpose and or goals. So, who was it that did this to you? Well, it wasn't any one person. Think of it as more of a force, a dark force, the dark side of the universe. Now, some people may call this the devil. Some people may call this your shadow self. Some people may call this generational karma. It's going to be different for each and every one of you out there. But what you do need to know is that you are being given an opportunity to finally come face to face with this particular force as a means to eradicate it and go directly through it once and for all. What do we have at the foundation for Virgo? Oh, Eight of Swords, Gemini energy at the foundation of the reading, Virgo. And there's no better card to follow what I just said at the beginning of your reading, because the Eight of Swords is all about restriction. However, this is something that is self-imposed in that you actually don't have to be there any longer. And I feel that this is representing, let's say, that dark force. The universe, let's say the light side of the universe, the divine, is giving you the sight to see that you have nothing to fear in regards to whatever this resistance may be for you. That if you choose to stay in this energy, it's by choice. The universe is opening the door for you, and you're being encouraged to step through onto a new timeline. But because you have been in this energy, well, for some of you, your entire life, it's not that easy. When you're faced with finally breaking free of some sort of dark restrictive energy in your life, it's a lot easier said than done, because in some cases, it's all you've ever known. You know, there are some people in this world that would rather accept the lie and the illusion than have to wake up to the truth. Some people just prefer to wear rose-colored glasses. But not you, Virgo. You want to know the truth. Your mind is constantly working overtime to recalculate better ways of doing things, more organized structures to function inside of your waking life. And this is why you are going to happily walk through this energetic portal when it's presented to you. And Virgo, I feel that moving forward, you're really being asked to align your work with your purpose, which makes perfect sense considering the opening message for this reading. As the world is shifting right now, you should be trying to align your tasks with a higher calling, right? Bring intention to action that your impact is going to reach beyond just the immediate. So to summarize everything I've said up until this point, Virgo, I feel the takeaway is you are being presented with an opportunity that you have waited for your entire life. But in order to step onto this new timeline successfully, you're being encouraged to adapt your mindset to the incoming changes and energy that are going to help lift you up into the next chapter of your life. What do we have at the sacral, please? Wow. Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the sacral. And again, perfect card to follow what I said, because here you are. It's like you're in between worlds. There's everything you've always known, and there's this new energy that's trying to come through. And although it seems easier said than done to just walk through that new portal, you find that there's some readjustments that need to be made in your everyday waking life, in your energy, in how you're moving, in how you are interfacing with your actual reality. It's like somebody wanting success, and they tell everybody that if they were given the opportunity, they would charge towards it with everything they got. But then it finally shows up, and there's almost like these cold feet. On one hand, you're shocked that it showed up, and on the other hand, you're so used to what you've always had that the idea of adapting to the actual dream when it shows up leaves you kind of locked up. Simply put, it's like having stage fright in the movie of your life. But this Two of Pentacles is also speaking about you adapting to these changes with grace, right? The world, it's a very unstable place at the moment. You're really being asked to flow with this, Virgo. Adapt your plans to fit the current energy in the knowing that it's all a part of this big picture vision for your life. The divine doesn't want you to hold yourself back because you think something should go a certain way. So instead, take the bull by the horns and allow the universe to work with you over time to adjust where necessary and harness these mutable characteristic traits that you as a Virgo have. By archetype, you can adjust to fit nearly 100% of the time. When that opportunity shows up, it's not going to look exactly how we want it to. We make plans and God laughs. But what I can tell you is that it's always better. You just need to give it time. And a part of that is the universe strength testing you anyway. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Wheel of Fortune. So I was just thinking about this card. I saw it in my mind's eye, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is reinforcing what I said about this big picture vision, okay? And this new timeline. See how we're on approach? We're not quite there yet. So all of this is preparing you for this. We're sorting through all of these energies at current to make sure that when you are preparing to step through that portal, you're armed with everything you need to hit the ground running. And I just looked down again, and right underneath the Wheel of Fortune, I have the Sun, okay? So the Sun is the most high vibrational card in the tarot. It represents success, happiness, and then right behind it, we have the Devil, right? And I just heard overcoming the devil, right? So this is representing you going through that energy. The dark side of the universe, right? That I picked up on. I mean, look. Light side, dark side. And then here you are breaking through to the other side and the devil on the bottom of the wheel. The wheel's turning on the devil now. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. Now, there's some things here that I feel that you really need to be honest with yourself about, Virgo. And I feel that this can be in regards to you not knowing every single last detail of how this is going to go down. However, I am getting a mercurial kind of influence right now coming from you, where I feel you're being encouraged to really balance strategy with your intuition. Very masterful. See, your sharp mind is an asset, but intuition will give you clarity amidst the uncertainty. So blend logic with heart for more powerful outcomes. And as humans in general, you don't even have to be a Virgo. If we all moved that way, we blended logic with heart moves, our intuition, this world would look completely different. And I'm hearing that you need to use your skills to be of service to the collective, Virgo. I mean, it really depends on what it is you do, but I feel that now is a perfect time to put yourself out there because the world needs your gift for problem solving. You really need to be looking for ways to utilize your talents in service to others, okay? And it doesn't have to be in monumental ways. Even small acts of help create domino effects and ripple out in powerful ways. So you Virgos out there that are maybe trying to decide what the next step is in your life, maybe you're thinking about moving in a new direction with your career, your purpose. I think that if you can keep in mind some of those things I mentioned, it will help you to narrow down your options and also give your energy to a space that reciprocates, makes you feel good about yourself. I think at the end of the day, we all just want to feel good about the life we're living, that we're making some sort of a positive change. And I know there's exceptions to anything. Some people simply don't care, but that's not who this reading is for. Okay, this reading is for a collective of individuals that is here to help assist and serve the collective. You understand that when all of us take on this mindset, then we are in constant flow with the universe, with evolution, giving and receiving. Give to those that could use your knowledge to help further themselves and support themselves on their path, and then receive for yourself from others what you can use to help support you and further yourself on your path. A constant giving and receiving. See, when you start to understand this, you will start to notice that all restrictions start to lift in many sectors of your life. Things just start flowing with a little bit more ease. What do we have at the heart, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the heart? Eight of Wands, Sag energy at the heart. So Virgo, I'm picking up a lot of movement inside your energy once you get on the other side of what we've already been picking up here. And I just heard that now would be a great time to really look for ways to heal the past. You may be finding that some old wounds are resurfacing right now. So really just use this time to release any of that lingering pain or unresolved traumas. They're highlighting here that healing some things in the past is going to help empower your future. And it's something that's just in the astrology right now. It's just something that all of us are being faced with because it's focusing on these sort of old wounds that are going to give us a boost in the here and now. A lot of you were so conditioned to just sweep things up under the rug and push forward and not look back. And sure, everything is circumstantial, and this is always a really good strategy to have. But there does come a point on your path where you can actually slow down and take the time to readdress some of those things that maybe you weren't able to at the point of impact. But once you catch your breath long enough, Virgo, I would really encourage you to go back to do some psychoanalysis, just really trying to understand how your past experiences are influencing you in the here and now. And then trying to figure out a way to deal with those influences more constructively. You know, people are often unaware how your past alters your current life, your mood, your behavior, your relationships. Everything is running through a kind of filter. Some people can call them rose-colored glasses, right? Which is just this filter of a lifetime of experiences that is altering the way we are interfacing with our reality. So when we rip off those rose-colored glasses and we're ready to accept the truth and face some of that darkness in our past, it can give you tremendous gains in the here and now. You'll find that you're making leaps and bounds because you've began the process of releasing all of that excess baggage and that energetic drag. Let's switch decks. What do we have at the throat, please? Again, Two of Pentacles. So we have it twice now. And this is showing us very clearly, Virgo, that all of the things that the divine is suggesting to you right now to implement actually creates some sort of a shift. There's seemingly a kind of evolution that's taken place here, right? Here you're trying to sort of waddle between these two realities, kind of between worlds. You have this crow coming in, right, which can represent transformation and rebirth as well, a death to something. And then you have these sheep in the background there, which can just represent the sheeple, right? This could be what you're breaking free of. It could be a black sheep kind of energy. I did speak about generational karma at the beginning of the reading. And then right here, it's as if you've gained your balance. You understand now. You've done the healing work, or rather just started the process. It's something that's lifelong. We never reach the end to our healing. Life is just a constant process of regeneration. You just become more aware of this and more comfortable in the knowing that you are ever evolving. And then on the bottom of the deck, I have the Eight of Cups. Pisces energy. And the Eight of Cups, this is an energy of moving on, withdrawing from something. And I feel like this is speaking about this cycle that you are moving on from. This space that you have been in all this time. Behind the gate of that dark force is what I just heard so clearly. Okay, let's switch decks again. What do we have at the third eye? Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the third eye. Perfect. So this is a kind of evolution of self here, Virgo, because now we get to the Queen of Wands right there at the third eye. And this is really showing us that you have mastered certain parts of yourself. You've gotten certain things under control and you're ready for what's next. There's also this emphasis on you having set some sort of boundaries for yourself to protect your energy. I feel like a lot of relationships are being highlighted in your life at current, Virgo. This is actually in the astrology for you. And I feel that you need to know that not every connection needs your energy and attention. Right now, the most important thing is to protect your energy, protect your space, and get in the habit of recharging and staying aligned. And I also feel that right now is the perfect time to organize for a sense of inner peace. And this is obviously going to be your wheelhouse, Virgo. But it's something that I feel that anybody can do, not just Virgos, because there's so much noise taking place globally right now that creating a sense of structure can help anybody navigate these energetic storms that all of us are being influenced by on the day-to-day. So it's a really good time to clear out anything that isn't serving you and invite some new kind of energy into your life right now, Virgo. And I'm also hearing that you need to really anchor your visions with reality at current. There's also a influence from Mars that's really giving you a boost to take action, but also be mindful of staying very grounded and realistic. See, your talent for seeing details is what's really going to ensure that your dreams are achievable. So make that the foundation by which you are building on at current. What do we have at the crown, please? Seven of Wands, Leo energy at the crown. Now, up until this point, we have channeled through some very useful ideas, tips, and basic blueprints on how you can go about implementing some changes into your current set of circumstances. And because of this, we start to see a kind of exposure taking place. And this is something that I mention quite a lot in my readings, that once we take the focus off of what may have been creating the restriction and the stagnation in our life and directing all of our energy into what we can control, like magic, the universe begins to expose things to us. And this can sometimes happen after you've long forgotten what you had to go through to get to where you are now. But this is very real, Virgo. It's like the universe saying to you, hey, we got your back, but just stay focused on the path, okay? And things will come to the light. Things will be exposed when they're meant to. More often than not, I come across people that are so focused on who did what to them and who their enemies are and all of these things. And sure, I get it. But we need to try and always remain very focused on what we can control and allow the universe to take care of what we can't control. God will defeat your enemies for you. But unfortunately, this is something that a lot of people don't understand. They can't ground themselves enough and take a deep breath and get refocused on where they can actually make a difference. And this is how a lot of people sabotage themselves. I'm always having to remind people that being this focused on your enemies is exactly what they want, because they know that when you're focused on them, you don't have time to work on your purpose, your mission, and what you actually came here to do. You're too worn down. You're depleted energetically. Your vibration is too low. Spiritual evolution, focusing on your path, is what you can control, which suggests that we all have access to just that, our own spiritual evolution. And hearing myself say that, it sounds exciting, because I'm trying to convey to all of you that you can harness these superpowers, each and every one of you, no matter how young or old you are. But all focus needs to be taken off of the enemy and placed directly in front of you on your path. And does this person right here look like they have any time to focus on their path? No. They're too focused on fighting all of these people, not realizing that they're exactly where these people want him to be. See, the whole purpose of the enemy is to get you to give up. It's to get you to feel so overwhelmed and discouraged that your plans just completely stall out and you just throw in the towel. 7 to the 8 of Wands. It's like right here, you're throwing an arrow back, which can represent this energy. You understand everything I've channeled through here now. You're like, oh no, I'm not getting pulled into that trap. I'm not even going to engage with those energies because I know that if I do, it's going to distract me from focusing on my path. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Judgment card, Pluto Scorpio energy. Okay, so here you are taking the call from the divine. Energy of rebirth and the High Priestess, so divine guidance. Okay, this is quite a clear message here in that I feel the divine is really telling you, or rather trying to show you this formula on how you're going to succeed by stepping into this new timeline, Virgo. Yeah, 7 of Cups. So there's a lot of distraction, I feel, around you that is really trying to, I just heard, steer your focus. Okay. What do we have at the foundation, please? Look, I have Judgment on the bottom of that deck as well, but this is a different kind of judgment. This is like judgment in its shadow, in its negative polarity. It's an energy of stagnation. So this would represent you engaging with these energies. See how there's sort of two energies at play here right now? And I'm thinking about what I said at the beginning of the reading about the, when I say the dark side of the universe or the dark force in the universe. Dark side of the universe, I think is what I said. There seems to be two polarities really at play here, Virgo, which makes sense because we do have these two of Pentacles, right? Which is almost like, I mean, this kind of, well, it's Ouroboros, right? It's a figure 8 karmic knot or karmic cycle. But I sometimes think about yin and yang, right? It's like being pulled too much into the dark, which throws you out of balance. Okay, what do we have at the foundation, please? 10 of Swords, Gemini energy, Malphas at the foundation of the reading. Now, there's an energy here, Virgo, of major endings and beginnings coming through. And this goes without saying because we've already been talking about this throughout the reading. However, this 10 of Swords is also representative of an energy that is victimized, right? So I feel that is further emphasizing the message here, right? Being too engaged with the enemy. It's almost like you allow them to make a victim out of you. By taking the high road, so to speak, here and focusing on your path, you're refusing to allow their behavior or their treatment of you to make you into a victim. Sure, that may have happened without you even having any sort of say-so in it. However, you don't need to add more to that space. You can ground yourself, see things for what they really are, and allow the universe to resort, to recycle, and to transmute this energy out of your life. The less attention you give it, the sooner it will be dissolved out of your reality. Sometimes it can be ineffective to put too much of a spotlight on things, right? Now, I understand that everything is circumstantial, okay? And I'm not saying to not stick up for yourself or stand up for yourself when being faced with some sort of disruptive energies. What I'm saying is just focus on the parts of these events that you can actively change, okay? Because I'm picking up a lot of energies here where there's not a whole lot you can do about things. It's just a matter of allowing Source to do it for you, but you have to get out of the way in order to allow that to happen. What do we have at the sacral, please? Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the sacral. I'm picking up an energy here that is trying to project an energy into your life so you feel a lack of direction. There's an energy here of pessimism, and it's coming out at that sacral. Okay, so a balanced sacral is an energy of optimism. This Page of Wands is representing pessimism right underneath the Two of Pentacles, which is representing you essentially between worlds, trying to calibrate yourself to this new beginning. And then there seems to be, oh, okay, I get it. So there's an energy here that is basically trying to throw your sacral chakra out of balance. And the way that an opposing energy can be effective at this, Virgo, is by getting you to engage in it. Overactive sacral is what I'm picking up, a very overly emotional kind of energy. So that could represent this Seven of Wands at the crown as well. And this Seven of Wands is also right here at that crown position, which represents your connection with spirit. See how there's disruption there? And it's that clear channeled connection that you have there, which is allowing you to step forward into this new beginning. It's like this opposing energy is playing a game of chess with you. It's like it's constantly looking for ways to checkmate you. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Nine of Pentacles, which is your energy, Virgo. However, this Nine of Pentacles I read in its negative polarity. And this is representing an energy of you being taken advantage of. It can be an energy where you're so overwhelmed with all this energy that you're not able to step into this new timeline. Which goes back to what I said all the way at the beginning of the reading about it being systematic in nature. See, now we're starting to see all of this unfold here. I just heard be very careful where you're putting your energy right now. Page of Swords. That card really bounced out of the deck. So this Page of Swords is representing this opposing energy. Okay, I'm picking up on a lot of gossiping kind of energies. Page of Swords can be the spy of the tarot. It can be an energy of people with prying eyes, right? Just really trying to dirty up your new beginning. But I'm also picking up that for some of you, this could be people that you have around you that are always talking about what they're going to do, but never actually do it. So a bad energetic influence. People that have this kind of lack mindset, right? It could be that what you're trying to do with your life, other people don't think is possible, or maybe other people don't have the willingness to put in all the work to get to where you're going to. And in a lot of cases, I've seen people will try to hold other people back that are headed towards some sort of greatness, because they would rather see them fail than have to put in the work to quite possibly achieve their own greatness in their reality. Picking up on some very envious energies here, Virgo. You know, I had another message before the reading as well, and it was in regards to recognizing blockages in your life. Now, if you're feeling some sort of restrictions and you don't know where it's coming from, a really quick and easy tool to implement so you can try and pinpoint where there might be some restriction in your life is by scanning your 7 chakras and their relation to the 7 deadly sins, okay? Now, a lot of the times, without even knowing it, people will be engaging in certain behavioral patterns, and it falls under one of those 7 deadly sins. And if it does actually fall under one of those umbrellas, right, you will be blocked from stepping into that new beginning. That's why we always hear about this. It's very important that we're constantly mindful of this. You know, it's almost impossible that any one of us is going to go throughout our day-to-day life and not come in contact with one of these things, right? But the whole key is to just be self-aware enough to catch it, right? I think jealousy and envy can be a pretty normal part of human nature, but the key is to just kind of catch yourself when you do that, you know, and then address that when it surfaces, because chances are there's probably some sort of underlying issue why we felt jealous or why we felt envious of somebody else. You know, we want to try and replace feeling jealous or envious of somebody else with maybe feeling happy for them, or maybe having a closer look at what allowed them to gain whatever it is that is causing you to be jealous or envious of them. Maybe there's something that you can pick up useful. But whatever the case, Virgo, scan those 7 traits, so to speak, and just make sure, right? Just check in with yourself. And another thing that's really useful is when you scan your environment. Look at the people in your environment, right? Look at their life, and then analyze the way they're moving in their everyday waking life underneath these 7 deadly sins, or the 7 virtues, right? The positive and the negative. A lot of the times there's going to be influence around you that you're probably going to have to get away from to eradicate yourself of some of these behavioral patterns or these traits. What do we have at the heart, please? Then we have a Gype. This is the star card, Aquarius energy. So reinforces everything I just said, right, about the jealousy and envy, because look at this demon, right? All right, Virgo, just go ahead and hand over that purpose to me. You won't be needing that. You're going to be staying right here with me. If I can't have it, then none of us will. This star card, this is an energy that wants you to be ignored. It's an energy that wants you to be stuck with them, right? Misery loves company. I just heard so clearly, crabs in a barrel mentality. I feel like that also really summarizes a lot of what I'm picking up here as well, Virgo. Some of you just really have to come to the conclusion that you just may not have a whole lot of support around you. Or there's some sort of shadow work you need to do that is affecting your confidence in the here and now, right? It goes back to what I said about looking for ways to heal your past, and that knowing that healing the past has a huge effect on how you show up in the here and now. Okay, so that's coming up again there. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, Iuia, submission to higher order. So we saw the 9 of Pentacles on the bottom of this deck here, which reads differently than this one right here. This one here is now speaking about this culmination that is beginning to take place as you step into this new timeline. It's like everything begins to crystallize. You start to look at all the struggles of your past as a necessary part to get you to where you are in the here and now. And Virgo, when you step into that energy, oh boy, is that validating, because it makes everything make sense in a moment, sort of like your life flashing before your eyes, but it's different in the sense that all your struggles are flashing before your eyes in a moment to bring you an awareness and understanding as to why everything had to happen the way it did, or the universe just shows you enough to make where you are in the here and now make sense. There's also an energy of tremendous affluence and prosperity that I'm picking up here for you, Virgo. So however this resonates in your life and what this is in regards to has some sort of success attached to it. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have God, okay? God and all your spirit guides right there. So we saw the devil on the bottom of one of the decks, and now we see God on the bottom of this deck here. So reinforces what I said about this kind of dark and light influence in this reading. I'm picking up on 2 very polarized energies here. I just got a really loud ringing in my ear when I said that as well, Virgo. It very much gives the energy of the divine whispering your guidance into your right ear, and then the underworld whispering the self-doubt into your left ear, right? That energy of being stuck in between worlds. What do we have at the throat, please? Queen of Swords again. So we have that twice now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. God, the hope of all the earth. Ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. So this is really speaking about what you have access to now, Virgo, because of all of this work that you have put in to get to this point. And the way it says God, the hope of all the earth, I'm thinking about how God is working through a lot of you in your everyday waking life, whatever it is that you do. I mentioned earlier on in the reading that you're being guided to really use your skills to be of service, right? So it's essentially the divine using you as a vessel for the divine will of your life and the greater good of all. So this is representing you showing up to the space where you're making yourself ready and available to be used by the divine. What do we have with the third eye, please? Too many cards, but right there. Look who decided to shuffle off. The devil, right? Oh, crap. Virgo's woken up to my evil ways. I gotta get out of here. What do we have with the third eye, please? Page of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the third eye. God who rejoices. Divine comfort, gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. So it goes without saying that there's a new beginning here, Virgo. We've been speaking about this for the entirety of this reading, but now we're actually seeing you step into that new beginning, right? There's an energy of synchronicity here. And as we can see, this individual is in really good shape, completely ripped. I feel like this just represents you spiritually. You're running towards this new beginning. And this is post all of this healing that you've done on yourself, all of this releasing work, just everything that you've had to go through to get to where you are in this very moment. And this is stacked with the Queen of Wands, so self-mastery, which leads to this new beginning. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Death card, Scorpio energy, so endings and rebirth. Okay, so this is representing, right, look what it says there, God, the end of the universe. So whenever I get this card and I see that phrase there, I think about how it speaks of a shift from one reality to the next, which is what has taken place in your life right now, a death to the old and a rebirthing of the new. What do we have at the crown? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown to close out for Virgo? Perfect. Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the crown to close out the reading. God above all names elevated. Affinity and friendship. Obtain the friendship of anyone. Yamable. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is an energy of mental strength and raw power. And overall, it's just an energy of complete victory. And see how you're looking up at these individuals now? Right? It's like this is representing them. And, you know, I've never looked at this card this way, but I typically look at this angel as they're getting ready to pull their sword. But I'm actually seeing it differently this time. It's like they're putting their sword away. And this person, their enemy, has been defeated without them having to do anything because they focused on their path, got their wings, and now the divine, see, they're looking up to the divine like, thanks, divine, for taking care of that for me. Right? And the enemy is just on the ground like, I don't even know what hit me. I think God just came down and swatted me like a fly off of Virgo's path. Right? It just gives the energy that you got out of your own way or are getting out of your own way and allowing the divine to take care of your wars, your battles for you, and getting refocused on your path and mission. Because like we mentioned, the most useful space to put all your energy is into that which you can actually control. Virgo, this is the message that I have available to you, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Virgo. Take care.